Check out the link in the description below and you can find a worksheet that goes along with this lesson. Welcome back to Ukulele Corner. In this lesson we're going to get a backbeat going, and this is a lot of fun to do when you're playing rhythm. There are many different ways that you can create a backbeat, and we're going to try fingerstyle here. In other lessons we'll learn how to do it with strumming technique and even tapping the top of the instrument to get a percussive sound. Basically think of a snare drum that plays often if you're listening to pop music or many different styles of music where it plays on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's what's called the backbeat. It's on those 2 beats, 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3. And a good way to start getting familiar with this is just tapping that out. I'm just tapping the fingerboard. I'm covering the strings with my left hand. And I'm just trying to tap this rhythm out, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is really essential in so many different types of music, is feeling the backbeat. And what we're going to try to do is play a progression, keeping this rhythm going. So we're not only just playing chords, we're playing some rhythm and percussion at the same time. And it's a really fundamental part of playing rhythm. Moving away from just strumming, we're going to use fingerstyle technique here. And what I want to try to do is, before we even hold the chord down, let's just try and open strings. I'm going to play the top 4 strings, the 4 strings with thumb, index, middle, and ring. I'm assigning thumb to the 4th, index to the 3rd, middle to the 2nd, and ring to the high string. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play a chord on 1, and then I'm just going to hit the strings by placing the fingers back to where they were on beat 2, then play on beat 3, and then place them back on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you do this in a certain way with a little bit of practice, I even like to do it a little bit over the fingerboard, then you can start to hear this percussive sound but still have your fingers curved so that you're going to get right back into playing position to play the chord. That's essentially the idea of what we're going to do here is 1, 2 and 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If I put chords in there, we're going to play G, or C, G7, F, then back to G7. So really trying to bring out that backbeat on 2 and 4. 3, 4. If I didn't do anything else, keep that going. And the idea here is landing on the strings, ready to play again. So all you have to do then is release the chord. It's like we're planting the fingers on the string, but we're also getting that percussive sound. I like to really get a lot of it with the thumb. You could try this, just the side of your thumb, sort of tapping right on the 4th string, but hitting the fingerboard. It even works over the sound hole, but you don't get as much of a wood sound, right? If you're hitting the fingerboard, you get more of an attack there. So you can have a very light backbeat over the sound hole, or I can really get this strong one by hitting over the fingerboard. Now what we're going to do to make this more interesting is change up the rhythm, and this is the pattern we're going to do. It's going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're releasing the chord on the upbeat. Right after we play, instead of right on 3, it's the end of 2 and then the end of 4. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Still, the backbeat is in the same place. We're just doing that second chord a little early on the end of 2. This gives it a little bit more syncopation. It's a little more fun. Much more typical of how this technique is used with an interesting rhythm like this. C, G7, F, G7. We're just looping those chords. 4-bar phrase. Just really try to dig in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the idea of playing a backbeat on 2 and 4 with a fingerstyle chord technique. As you get more accomplished with this and it gets more comfortable, we can change the rhythm in all sorts of interesting ways. We can start playing melodies at the same time as the backbeat. We'll explore that later, but I first want you just getting comfortable with the idea of just the general motion of the hand and the consistency of getting that pattern going. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And often when counting this, you can start thinking of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you start doing the backbeat, the trick is sometimes you'll think of that as 1, but it's 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When your hand is moving up, those are the 1 and 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and that'll help you with your counting if you're getting familiar with where the beats fall. So practice that and get to know your backbeat. I'll see you again very soon.